Hey everyone, it's Tyler Michelle Stroik from Universal Rackets, and today we're going to be going over how to hit a drop using the drive that many players know. A lot of times when people are beginning in pickleball, it's super easy to learn the drive, but the next level is to learn the drop. But if you already know the drive and you can use some concepts from the drive to apply it to your drop, you're going to be able to learn the drop really quickly. So once again, in this video, we are going to be attributing concepts that you can take from your drive, and we are going to be teaching you how to incorporate it into your drop. Now, Michelle, why do you want to drop in addition to driving?
Because a drop will give you time to get up to the kitchen and to continue dinking so that you can put the ball away and win more points.
Yes, the drop forces, if you hit a good drop, to make your opponents hit up over the net. And when your opponents get a low ball and they're hitting up, then you have an offensive ball that you can hit down. A lot of times, again, when players start out, they just drive. But then when you get to a certain level in pickleball, you're going to encounter people that can just block that drive back quickly. So that's why you need to get into the drop. And again, people are like, oh my gosh, it's a drop. It's so difficult. It's so hard. But hey, a drop is kind of like a drive, and we're going to explain how it is. So should we get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. First off, let's show the drive and the drop, okay?
Okay.
So a drive is when you hit your serve, then you have the next ball, you have to let the ball bounce. So the serving team on their third shot, they have to let the ball bounce, they can't hit it in the air. So you basically have two main options, and that's the drive or the drop. Yeah, you can lob the ball, yeah, you can do a drive drop like you love to do, but for the most part, you can either drive or drop. So the drive, when you hit the drive, all that means is that you're hitting the ball forward, kind of like a serve return. Now, what are the benefits of a drive, Michelle?
A drive will immediately put your opponents on defense, and they don't have much of an option except for to block the ball back, so that it's hard to attack off of a drive coming at you.
And here's a gem. A lot of players, they think when they drive the ball that they're supposed to win the point. You need to think with your intention of the drive is to get a short reply. I'm going to drive the ball and hopefully get a short reply that I can get up to the kitchen and win the point. Now, the drop is basically a dink, but it's further back. So a drop means instead of hitting the ball hard to my opponent, I'm going to hit the ball into my opponent's kitchen, and it's going to force her to either hit a neutral shot or a defensive shot so I can hopefully win the point. Okay, that was out. But you guys understand, okay? It forces your opponent to be neutralized and at least hit the ball up. They're not going to be able to hit an offensive shot. So again, players, they think that they are not good enough. They need the secret sauce to hit a drop. Well, Tyler, the name of this video was to what? Incorporate the concepts of the drive into the drop.
Right.
So I want you to think about something. All the difference is between a drive and the drop is a drive, you are swinging forward, and a drop, you are swinging up. The more up you swing, the higher the ball is going to go, but the less distance it's going to cover. The more forward you swing, the more the ball is going to penetrate the court and the more distance it will cover. A drive, okay, we are going to learn, you're going to go over there, we are going to learn to use the drive to teach us our drop. So again, when I'm hitting a drive, I want to think that I am swinging forward and through the ball. I'm taking my paddle back and I'm swinging forward through the ball. Again, forward and through, forward and through. One more, forward and through, okay? But for the drop, instead of swinging forward and through, I am going to be swinging up. Instead of swinging out and through the ball to penetrate that ball through the court, I'm going to come under it and swing up. So notice the finish for my drive, okay? Here we are, hit me one ball. The finish for my drive is going to be forward. You see that? Now I want you to notice the finish for my drop. Here we are. The finish for my drop is going to be up. Notice I don't swing through it, I swing up. So again, if I ever want to drive the ball, I'm going to swing forward and through. If I ever want to drop the ball, I'm going to swing up. So all I'm doing is making more of a curve than I was before. I am going up instead of forward. So again, I'm doing the drive kind of, but all I'm doing is, again, I am swinging up on the ball. So what you can do for your follow through is instead of going across your body, like you're going to do for your drive, I'm going up on the ball. Notice when I finish, I'm going to be finishing in the middle once again. I'm not going across my body. I'm finishing up in the middle. So again, I'm just going up. I'm going up. Again, if I want to drive, I'm going to go forward. If I want to drop, I am going to go up on the ball. Up on the ball. The same concept applies though. You want to be sideways, right? Exact same thing until the last time or the last bit, I'm going to again swing up on the ball. Same thing for the backhand, okay? If I want to hit a backhand drive, I'm going to swing forward and through the ball. If I want to hit a backhand drop, I am going to swing up on the ball. Now there's other concepts that you want to apply to do the same thing that you apply to your drive that you do for your drop. You want to make sure, which I didn't do that much in that drill, maybe because the ball machine was there, or maybe because Michelle's parents are right now, they're watching us record the video, so I feel like a little bit of pressure. I feel like I gotta be like Ben Johns, or maybe not, but you want to step. And then also you want to make sure you keep your head down on the ball. Those are two main things that you want to do for the drive as well. You want to step with your opposite foot. So if I'm a right-handed player, I want to step with my left foot, and I want to keep my head down on the ball. The third thing that you want to do for both the drive and the drop that you can incorporate is you want to make sure you make contact out in front and away from your body. Do you want to speak a little bit on that, what it's like to be jammed when you're trying to hit your drop?
So if you're trying to hit a drop and the ball's too close to your body, you're either going to pop the ball up or your contact's going to be way too late and you're going to hit the ball into the net. So ideally you want to be right out in front of your body, and you want to actually, a really amazing gem to take away from this video is when you're hitting the drop is you want to hit it as the ball is coming down from its highest peak, and that will help you find the right timing to hit the ball and make a successful drop into the kitchen.
So basically the drive and the drop have the same exact concepts, except the difference is that swing path that we're talking about. So do you want to try to hit some drops now?
Sure.
Okay, so Michelle's going to try to hit some drops. And again, she's just going to work on keeping her head down, stepping with her opposite foot, exactly like she would with a drive. But what are you going to do?
Follow through.
Swing more up. Here we are. So you're lifting the ball instead of swinging forward. Here we are. Good. Good. Nice.
It also helps to try to get low so you have more of a chance to get under the ball and have the right timing.
And notice again, the only thing that I can do is hit the ball up over the net. I can't be aggressive. Ooh. Here we are, one more. Backhand. Good. Up, lift the ball. Good, lift. Good. Good. Under it. Good. Now do a drive. So if you could rewind even and say your last shot, she really went up, vertical, okay? Now you're going to do some drives and it's going to be more horizontal. Drive. Through the ball. Come on. Yes, good. Here we are. We got three more. Here we are. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Play it out. Oh, shoot. Okay. Good job. All right. So again, that is the difference. The drive, you're swinging out. The drop, you're going up. But you're still applying the same concepts of keeping your head down, stepping with the opposite foot. Again, the drive, you want to think more vertical. The more up you swing. The drive, you want to swing more horizontal. So drop more vertical, drive more horizontal. Now go over there. When you want to take it to the next level, what you can start doing is making a hybrid, and it's called the drive drop. So after you get the drop of going up and the drive of swinging out, now you can do a drive drop, which is going to be kind of like a stroke, but you're still going to just go up. So notice this is more of an advanced shot, but it's the exact same concept. If I want to hit a drive, I'm swinging forward, but if I want to hit the drop the same way, a drive drop they call it, I'm just swinging more up. The less I get of the ball. I'm brushing up the back of the ball. I'm going low to high. Notice my paddle again finishes in the center of my body. It never goes across my body. If I go across my body, it's going to be a drive.
Oops.
If I go vertical and finish in the center of my body, that's going to be hopefully a drop. There we are. And again, I'm getting under the ball. I'm stepping with my opposite foot. I'm keeping my head still. Here we are. Keeping my body still throughout contact. That's another thing as well that you can incorporate with the drive and the drop, is you want to make sure you keep your body still at contact. I'm a big, I would say, offender of moving while I hit the shot. If you ever watch me play pickleball and I mess up, it looks like a ghost is coming to push me because I'm falling over. You want to make sure that not only you keep your head down, but you keep your body forward and still throughout the shot. If you can do that, you're going to have such a better drop.
Yeah, and you need to trust yourself with the drops, because a lot of times I do the same thing where I'm almost like running through the drop or pushing it too much.
Yeah.
You need to stop your feet and trust your form and that you're making contact at the right time. Finish your shot, and then hopefully it's landing in the kitchen, and then you have your time to then move up after you hit a successful drop.
Wow, you read my mind, Michelle. Why don't you go check that's still recording while I talk about this? So one thing that Michelle said is trust their shot. And this is a big thing with the drive and the drop, is that you need to trust in your shot. Once again, players, just like they do for the forehand or the backhand ground stroke, they'll end up missing or making the ball fly long because they stop at contact. If you can trust in your shot, same thing with the drop, except you're following through in the center of your body instead of across your body, is you need to fully extend and let that paddle go. If you stop and just try to get the ball in, what's going to happen is you're going to pop the ball up too high and your opponent's going to smash it at you.
And it's never going to work in your favor.
It's never. So you need to trust in your shots regardless of what type of shot that you're hitting. So I think that's it. Do you have any other
Just your favorite
remarks?
way to drill on these?
Yeah, so my favorite way to drill on the drives is to have my opponent be up at the net, up at the kitchen. The person up at the kitchen, when you're working on the drives, they're trying to hit the ball deep to you. Of course, during a normal pickleball game or match, she's going to hit it short. But when I work on my drives and I'm drilling, I'm making sure she tries to hit deep volleys so I can make it realistic. Another reason why is because if I drive and she hits it short, probably in the next ball, I'm going to drop and then get up to the kitchen. You want to drop when you're closer into the court. You want to drive technically when the ball's higher up and it's further back.
And I was saying, talk about the drive drop strategy.
So
a lot of players will always hit a third shot drive, and then their next shot is forced to be a drop.
To be a drop, yes, because if you hit a drive, why do you want to hit a drive and then a drop? It's kind of simple, or think of it this way. If you hit a drive, you're back further in the court. Now, if you hit a good drive, you're going to get a shorter ball. The closer you are to the net, the less distance you have. So a lot of players, cough, cough, myself, every single time, tennis player, I'll drive, and then I'll drive here, then my opponent will move out of the way, and then the ball is going to go long.
Yeah.
That's why you want to drop. So drive, then drop when you get a short ball and come up, because again, it's easier to drop when you're shorter in the court.
And you almost have to drop when the ball's low at your feet.
Yes.
So if they're starting to block your drives low, you have to hit a drop shot as a response to that low block. So one of our favorite drills is the drive drop drill, where I stand at the kitchen, he drives, and the next shot has to be a drop, and then we play the point out at the kitchen.
Yeah, and we'll demonstrate that. But one thing before that, when we drill on our drops, I like to have the opponent or the partner that's drilling with me, Michelle, I'm gonna work on my drops now, be extremely aggressive at the kitchen. This teaches you whether it's a good drop or not.
Right, and
so,
if it's not a good drop, what do you have to do?
Stay back and try to hit a drop
crash the
again.
kitchen if it's not time, because
so that's
you're
a
going
huge
to get
thing.
the ball put behind you.
If you don't hit a good drop, that's okay. It doesn't have to be your third shot drop. It can be your fifth, it can be your seventh, it can be your 129th.
It could be the fifth drop.
Just
the
don't
seventh
run
drop.
up unless you hit a good drop. So,
and if your drop's bad, the only thing you have to do is put your paddle down for the next time.
Try to reset
and
the ball.
Keep trying.
Here we are, let's go. So, Michelle's going to be back there, and I'm going to be working on my drops, and Michelle's going to be aggressive when she's at the court. So again, she's back there, and all I'm trying to do is hit a good drop in the kitchen. Notice for this drill, I want tons of reps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay back here regardless if I hit a bad or a good one. She's keeping them really deep on me. Look at this. Okay, that's a bad one, so she's gonna kill it. I'm just gonna try to block it back. Anytime you pop the ball up in the air, you just have to think another ball back mentality. A lot of players, they'll pop the ball up in the air, their opponent will smash it, and then they'll try to hit such a big ball and end up hitting it out. If I ever hit a super bad drop that's high that your opponent can kill, here we are, all I'm gonna do is just try to block the ball back. Maybe I'm not gonna get it back every single time, or maybe my partner is going to hit the ball in, but I'm going to have a way higher chance of getting the ball in. So again, we're gonna do the drive drop drill. So I'm gonna drive now, and then I'm gonna get short, and then drop. And then we'll redo it again, okay?
Oh, you're not coming up?
So she's gonna hit it, I'm gonna drive, and then short, drop. And then we'll play it out maybe.
Whoops.
Cool. One more, here we are. So again, I'm going to drive the ball, here we are, boom, and then I'm going to drop and try to get up to the kitchen. By doing this over and over again, by driving then dropping, by forcing yourself to do that, it basically programs yourself. So when you come into a match or a match situation, you have like a default setting that you're like, oh, okay, I've done this 50 billion times.
Annalie always drives the third and drops the fifth.
Every single time, religiously.
Every single time. And you wanna know what? When you're driving that third, it's kind of like a cheat code. You're getting past, as long as your drives are good and they're not into the net or out of bounds, if you can hit a drive in the court, it's like a cheat code to get you to the next step because you know the ball's coming back short and they can't do much with it. So your fifth shot is now closer to the kitchen. So you don't have to complete a drive from back here anymore. You can take a drive and then your fifth shot's gonna be a drop, which is way easier to complete when you're up here.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate that amazing insight. So guys, what we're trying to say is work on them, tons of repetitions, and your drops and your drives are kind of the same thing, except you're swinging more up. Anyone can hit a good drop, and a lot of players have the drive, but they don't have the drop. But if you can think about some concepts that we went over today in this video and apply it from your drive to your drop, you're gonna be so much better off. You're gonna hit the drops with way more success, and you're gonna win many more points in
And
pickleball.
if you find yourself driving your third and then also driving your fifth that is not an obvious put away, we're not talking about an easy put away, we're talking about an extra drive that's either going into the net or going out of bounds. Learn the drop shot, because then you can drive then drop.
Yeah.
And you'll be at the kitchen, you'll start dinking, and then your level will immediately increase to an advanced player if you know how to work the kitchen. But you have to get there first.
And we're going to put some links in the description on how to hit a good drive and how to learn the drop. We're going to put those links in the description. Also, if you want any type of pickleball program in your area, you have courts that are just sitting here, you need any type of program, clinic, fundraiser event, corporate event. We actually are in the process of booking a pickleball boozy birthday party. I think that's pretty cool. Everyone's going to have, we got an email today about someone's having a birthday party with like 35, 40 people, and they're going to hire Universal Rackets to come out and put on an amazing birthday party event for them. Make sure to fill out the link in the description, and a Universal Rackets representative will get out to you shortly. Make sure to follow the Pickle Yogi, Pickleball with Tyler on Instagram. Subscribe to our newsletter. We're trying to build up this newsletter, and if you guys love these videos, make sure you subscribe to that. Subscribe to our YouTube, share with friends, share with your partner that needs to learn, who has an amazing drive but sucks at the drop. This video is for them. Have a good one, happy hitting, and we will see you guys next time on court.